The next day we went to the airport and caught a short flight to the city of Izmir, south of Istanbul. Izmir is located on a bay off the Aegean Sea. It's the third largest city in Turkey and the second largest port after Istanbul. But we didn't stop there. Instead, we drove across a fertile farm area to the town of Tira. The farmland here appeared to be quite productive, even in the month of October. This is the city of Tira. Population about 43,000, I think, something like that. Yeah. We wandered around the streets of Tira for a while just to get a flavor of small town life in Turkey. But the highlight of the stop was provided by a couple of young girls who came running across the street to meet us so they could practice their English. They were delightful and reminded us of our granddaughters back home. Oh, glad to meet you. A visit to the ancient city of Aphrodisias takes us back farther in history than we have been so far. Aphrodite was the Greek goddess of love, and they built a huge temple here to house her statue, which we will see later. The entrance to the temple is the most intact structure here. It looks pretty big, but of course this is only the entrance. The huge size of the main building can be seen by the size and expanse of the columns that once held up the roof. It seems that Alexander the Great invaded this area around 330 or so BC, leading to Greek domination of this region up until the 1st century BC when the Romans took over. So the ruins that we see here come from somewhere in this period and perhaps can be described as Greco-Roman, because I don't really know what was Greek and what was Roman here. The Odeum, or Council House, is the first of many Greco-Roman theaters we will see. This is the small theater, or Odeum. This is the place where the Senate met to govern the city, and it was also used for events such as plays and musical performances. A system of massive parallel buttresses shows that the theater originally had a roof. It's estimated that it would seat about 1,750 people. It's also estimated that it was built in the late 2nd or early 3rd century AD, which would put it into the Roman era.
Also had the Senate meeting here. Every city had a city council, and they would meet here.
I was most impressed by the huge stadium where athletic events were held. It is one of the best preserved stadiums in the Mediterranean area. It seems a lot bigger than one of our present-day football stadiums, and it would seat about 30,000 people.
Are for the athletes and also for the gladiators and animals. The other two.
I can imagine sitting in one of those box seats up there, watching chariot races around the track. Or maybe those entrances down there at the field level were used to run in lions to attack the Christians, since this structure probably predates the time when Constantine converted the Roman Empire to Christianity. The city of Aphrodisias was built around a marble quarry, which was used extensively by both the Greeks and the Romans. The quality of the marble was excellent, and sculptors from Aphrodisias became famous throughout the Roman world. Many of their works have been unearthed and are displayed here in the Aphrodisias Museum.
This is Nike.
There were a number of statues of nude men, but I was more than a little disappointed by this depiction of Aphrodite, which would have been the main focus of her temple.